Thanks for watching this episode of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast. And this episode is brought to you by the fine Americans at Hargrove Roofing.
Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
Stevie Lee does it the best, hands down. What's going on, Stevie Lee? Happy Sunday, my brother.
How you doing, man? What's happening?
Man, I just realized on certain days, man, I don't know if it's because I'm close up, but man, my forehead looks massive on this two-shot setting here. And then I'm sure other people are thinking it. We're giving free LASIK surgery because of the light beams off my big dome.
I can tell you, it looks the same from yesterday to today. It looks the same.
Brotherly love. I love that, man. Yep. Hey, we before we get going, we have to give a shout out to our Hargrove family, Hargrove Roofing family. They have treated us like family, dating back to Stevie Lee's days, growing up in Shreveport. And as you heard at the top, man, there is no better person to recite and voice their slogan because it's true.
Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
That happened with authority. Now, I like that. Yeah, go like all of Hargrove Roofing's social media platforms. And while you're at it, like all of ours, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, IG, and TikTok, everything. There's so many in Facebook, and you may be watching us on either Facebook or YouTube, and subscribe for free to our YouTube page and follow us as we get closer to the football season. And speaking of that, Stevie, this is where we're only a few days away from this. I like that. The goodbye to the Big 12. And here pretty soon, I think the end of next week, there's going to be a big SEC celebration on the UT campus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard about that, and we got who is it? Pitbull.
Mr. International. Dale.
International.
I don't know what I really don't know what he says there. Dale. I don't know what that means. I probably need to Google search it.
But it's gonna be fun, man. You know, Texas put on a hell of a party for its fans. So it'll be fun out there. It's gonna be hot, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? And they do parties well here in Austin, Texas. And, Greg Sankey, the SEC commissioner, he was talking about how both OU and Texas painted the SEC logo on their field already. And he was talking about earlier this week on the Paul Feinbaum show about the social media hits that the painting of the SEC logos, what all it produced. Obviously, there's a ton of excitement.
At Austin and in Norman in an advanced football season. It's pretty cool, pretty rewarding. And it's in some ways hard to believe it's been 3 years, but really excited that the time is here and that subdued celebration can be a joyous celebration as we move forward.
Yeah, I don't know that much about Sunday night in Austin, but I don't think it will be subdued.
That's true, man. He's not wrong.
Not going to be subdued. Not at all. Exactly.
So that's the official day that Texas and Oklahoma become members of the Southeastern Conference. You know what? Let's just give a big salute to the Big 12. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. That's the conference I played under. It's a lot of memories there. I still have friends that hold Big 12 records, like in swimming and rowing and things like that.
Right.
And that's pretty cool. You know, they'll leave out with their record, you know.
No, it is.
So yeah, but it's it's kind of bittersweet, playing under the Big 12. And when I played, Nebraska was a big powerhouse. We played all the time. Colorado, we had a little bit of a rivalry towards the beginning of my college career. And then I loved playing Missouri. I love going up to Missouri because my defensive coordinator, Bull Reese, Bull Reese was a Mizzou alumni. So he loved getting up for that game. So it was always fun getting up to play up there. Yeah. So
everybody has a lot of thoughts on Big 12 towns, and I've been to almost every one of them. And I'm going to tell you what, man, those are some great football towns dating back to Lincoln, Nebraska. Unpopular opinion, I really enjoyed Ames, Iowa. A lot of people don't.
You know what? Ames was cool. The only thing I remember about Ames, Iowa was the little bitty hotel that we had to stay in. And we had to do our pregame meal in there. And I remember looking over and there was a roach. It was a nice hotel.
It was a nice looking roach too, wasn't it?
Do what that?
There was a nice looking roach as well.
Yeah, exactly. There was a roach just crawling by. But, I really like Little Manhattan.
Great fans.
Yeah.
Great atmosphere. Probably the best student section in the Big 12. One of the best in the country at Kansas State.
And then the other memory I have of the Big 12 is going up to Colorado and playing in Colorado. And we got in, for some reason we got in, it was later that night. And so as we landed, we couldn't really see the mountains and things like that. Yeah. But, as a 19, 20-year-old kid waking up that next morning and I opened my blinds and it's like a movie that I opened my blinds and out straight out in front of me at the Westin. We were standing at the Westin. I remember it like it was yesterday. As soon as I opened my blinds, it was snow-capped mountains behind me, and the kid from Shreveport, Louisiana was like, I'm in a different place right now. And it's really, really nice, Yeah.
So in 2007, when I flew from Oklahoma City to Denver, then we had to drive to Boulder, which is beautiful to cover. It was Sam Bradford's first year as a starter. And we flew up there to cover OU, and we get there, cover the game. Amazing. They upset OU. That was one of their 2 losses that year. We stayed in Denver, woke up the next morning. It was a little cool. The tops of those mountains did not have white on them the day before. It had snowed in a higher elevation, so it's beautiful. Yeah. But, man, speaking of memories of Texas football, let's talk about the future. Hey, we are just weeks away from Texas football starting to train for their first season in the SEC. And, one thing that I'm not jinxing it. It's not exaggerating, but Sark does a great job on recruiting quarterbacks. This young man, the son of former NBA star Raja Bell, DFL QB, committed to Texas. A lot of rumors involving NIL, but we're going to hear that moving forward, I think, for everybody that commits. Yeah. So what do you know? What have you heard about this young man?
I haven't heard much. I did hear about him committing. I trust in Shark. I trust, if he want to go after this guy, this is his guy, So I'm going to trust that now. And I'm looking him up as we talk. But there's a kid out of Shreveport, Louisiana, my old high school. Yeah, that's a pocket passer that can sling the ball too. And his accuracy, I've seen some videos of him. He has some really good accuracy. Accurate passes. So, hopefully Raja Bell is the guy.
Oh, that's his dad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I hope the Bell kid is the guy. I'm sorry. Hope the Bell kid is the guy, but hopefully we're not missing out on somebody else that's also good too. So, but I trust Sarkisian. I trust his instincts. He's the quarterback's coach. He's the offensive coordinator. Anything offense, I trust him.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, they're loaded right now. I mean, you've got obviously Ewers, You got a lot of talent in that quarterback room, and don't underestimate Trey Owens. You never know.
Yeah,
never know. And then of course,
so Peyton,
there's a Manning kid I hear in the quarterback room.
Exactly. But so the kid out of Shreveport is 2027 class.
What's his name?
Peyton Houston.
Ooh.
Peyton Houston. I'll send this to you right now, actually, so you can see it.
But
you can look at it later while we talk to our fans.
That's right. That's right. Hey, shoot us a comment right now. We would love your thoughts. Wherever you're watching, we want to hear from you. And tell us about this quarterback room. Do you like this? I see it now. You got it from Rivals.com. Stevie's a Rivals viewer. There we go. We just revealed it.
It just came up. Someone sent it to me, and I'm sending it to you.
Oh, I love it, man. You keep me informed because I'm not as dialed in as I used to be. I'll be honest with you, but we're trying. Hey, let's focus. I tell you what, if those of you who do not care much about college baseball, I invite you or encourage you to go to Omaha, Nebraska. We're down to the championship series, and Tennessee coach Tony Vitello, he's fiery. He's got a lot of personality. Well, Tennessee and A&M are playing, and as we're recording this, game 2 of the championship series, and A&M took that game 1, and this was Tony Vitello after the 9-5 game 1 of that championship series loss to the Aggies.
You can either get frustrated that tonight went the way that it did, or you can get more determined. And we've got guys that have done that in the past a lot where, determination kicks up, play kicks up.
Pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let one game turn into 2 losses, so to speak.
Yep.
So as we're recording this, because Stevie and I have a weekend usually we have conflicting schedules. So obviously you're watching this live stream, but we recorded this earlier. So as we speak, the Vols have responded, and we're going to the looks like the bottom of the 9th inning, and Tennessee's up 4-1. And A&M needs to rally as we are, or it's going to go to a game 3, which will be third and decisive game for the national championship. And it's going to be in prime time, man. And listen, I've been to both stadiums. I've only been to the new one as an employee covering the game.
Yeah.
But the former Rosenblatt Stadium, which was there for multiple decades, it was stunning. It was heartbreaking when they tore it down. But the Aggies are 1 win away from winning a national championship. This is the first time they've ever played for a national championship in baseball.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, A&M, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's news to me, man. That seems false. That seems fake news, but I believe you.
Fake news, but it is the truth. And to be honest with you, Stevie, I've got to say it. We can't let this go without acknowledging it. A lot of people are talking about it. I've got some credible information, but I don't know. I'm not going to attribute it, because all I will say is both Jim Schlossnagle, the head coach at A&M, and Tony Vitello, the head coach at Tennessee, and his pitching coach, Frank Anderson, who was Augie Garrido's pitching coach at Texas in the early 2000s. Tony Vitello, Schlossnagle, or possibly a member of that Tennessee staff might be the next Texas baseball coach. Might. That's why you just got to address it, because so many people are talking about it. I'll just say I've been told so many different scenarios.
Yeah.
And who knows? David Pierce may be back.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of silence, and I think the silence on it is for a reason. We just don't know.
Got you. Well, we'll see after the series is over.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So there's a restaurant in Omaha named Rocco's, and every year they have a Jell-O shot competition between the fan bases of the 8 teams which go to Omaha. Well, look in the middle there. I want to pull this off. Texas A&M and Tennessee have their fans, and they're $5 a shot, and they go to a donation. 22,000 plus Jell-O shots by the A&M and Tennessee volunteer fan base. since the beginning of the College World Series.
Golly, man.
22,000 shots.
And they're $5 a pop?
Yeah. So that's well over 100 grand.
Oh. Wow.
That's
That's a lot of money and a lot of shots.
That's a lot of liver damage right there.
For sure. For sure.
Speaking as we continue with baseball, we had a really, really special honorary game. We lost a legend in Willie Mays this week, 93 years old. Great life. He's one of those historical American figures of the game. Well, Major League Baseball has done some phenomenal things lately. In recent years, having an unorthodox location with historical ties to baseball. They went to the Field of Dreams where that movie was filmed and had a Major League Baseball game there. And this week they went to Rickwood Field in Birmingham, Alabama, which was home to the Black Barons of the Negro League and the White Barons during the segregation. Well, a friend of ours, he's going to be a member. He's going to become a Stories Inside the Man Cave alum at some point. Bob Kendrick, who is the president of the Negro Leagues Museum in Kansas City. This was what he had to say. He was on in the booth about what his impressions were of turning perhaps one of the oldest baseball stadiums in America into a modern day baseball game to honor what took place there and Willie Mays.
Oh, it's been surreal. It has been everything that I could have imagined and then more. Just to walk into what I call one of baseball's greatest cathedrals, to walk into this area and see this transformation has been absolutely amazing. And I tip my cap to all my friends over at Major League Baseball, everyone who had a hand in making this happen.
It was amazing, Stevie. It was chills. I've been to that field, but it was locked. I couldn't get in. I mean, we're talking about this old bleacher system, and it reeked of history.
Yeah,
bad and good and bad.
Yeah, no, just history. I mean, you're right, bad, good and bad, but that history also made us who we are today.
100%.
Yeah, so the history is just history, you know. But we got to remember the history so it doesn't repeat itself, you know.
Yep, and that's the way it is.
Yeah, no question. So I think that's really neat that Major League Baseball added the stats to the from the Negro League into the Major League Baseball, and also, you know, recognizing the Negro League being part of Major League Baseball. Back in 2008, they did an honorary draft, drafting 30 players into Major League, 30 old players into the Major League, 30 Negro League players, you know, into the Major League. So my wife's uncle played in the Negro League, and he was drafted to the Seattle Mariners. And I remember him always telling me, you know, I would go down to San Antonio and go to church with my wife, well, my girlfriend at the time, and we'll be in their hall eating after church, and he will walk up to you and pass you one of his playing cards. He walked around with his own playing cards that's already autographed, and he'll pass it to you. And he knew that I played football at Texas at the time. And he told me, he said, you know, you wouldn't be playing at Texas if it wasn't for me. And I said, yes, sir, you're right. And then he pointed at the card that he threw in front of me. He said, that's $5. Yeah, so he told me I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, and then he bullied me out of my $5, you know. So I wasn't gonna say no.
Hey,
it's the least I could give him.
It was NIL before it was NIL.
No question. Actually, reverse. I had to give him the money.
That's right. Hey, speaking of him, I mean, his generation.
Yeah.
One of the more there were survivors, not survivors, but those still living from the Negro Leagues were there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what tugged at my heart the most.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
Uncle
and-
Sonny died when he was 90, and that was about 10 years ago when he passed. So we called him Uncle Sonny, but his name is John the Mule Miles,
Love it.
because he hit like a mule. That's what he told me. He hit like a mule, and he loved every bit of being being a part of the Negro League. That was him. Every time we saw him, that was the uncle that played in the Negro League, man. It was really, really cool to know him. It was special. So,
Well, that's beautiful. And this
Yeah.
is a journalist. I mean, look at the old school press area.
Yep.
Chill, brother. I want
Yeah.
you to hear this interview. One of the surviving members from the 1948 Birmingham Black Barons, the Reverend Bill Gleason, asking him, he was asked about, because he played with Willie Mays there. And this was what Mr. Gleason had to say about that.
Willie Mays was your teammate in 1948. You were his mentor. He was 17 years old.
Yeah,
What could you tell us about Willie when he was that age?
he was a determined young man. He had the gifts, the talent, and he was so sensitive to listening to those who were older than he was. And it was a tremendous blessing, and we turned out to be real close, brothers, and everything worked well with us.
Man, he still got it.
Yeah, he does.
He still got it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. The other thing that people should realize is, we have come a long ways for race relations in this country.
100. Yes,
Yeah.
we have.
We've come a long ways, but we still got a ways to go. Honestly speaking, some ways to go. But we got to remember, these guys are still alive. It wasn't that long ago to where the color of your skin determined where you had to be in society. These guys are still alive, right? And they're walking around or rolling around, most of them at this point. Sorry, guys, it's a poor joke, poor taste joke.
Dad humor.
It's bad humor.
Dad
But-
humor.
But they're around, and what's in their hearts right now is the forgiveness. Almost, it's this is a terrible thing that happened to them, and they made their own space, but they are still happy, glad to get this recognition, and still living life. You know what I mean? And doing their things. And my wife, she brings in. See, this is the team.
Oh, wow.
Chicago. Yes, that's right. The Chicago American Giants. See, the C&A Giants.
love it.
This is the team that her uncle played for. And so she went to the museum and bought this hat. There's the team right here on the side. And I thought that it was really neat. And I was really upset that she didn't buy me one.
Well,
So-
I'm upset. I would have Venmoed her.
Yeah. So I will make my way up to Kansas City one of these days to go to the Negro League Museum.
Let's go talk. We'll talk to Bob, and we're going to get him on this. Let's just make a trip up there and go do a story on it.
That would be fun. That would be absolutely fun. I absolutely love it. Last summer I was in Washington, D.C., and I went to the African American Museum there, and all the exhibits and things like that was great, but I really enjoyed going to the sports section of that museum. I'm just a sports guy. That's all me.
Yeah.
Right. And then they had a display of Eddie Robinson. Yeah. And me being from North Louisiana, he was right down the street, 60 miles away at Grambling. And just a good man that did a lot for college football in the state of Louisiana, but also in this country, So anyway, man, I can get on my soapbox about the pioneers that have paved the way for myself. to be where I am today. You know, I always contribute. Playing football got me to where I am and met all the people that I've met. But it would not have happened if it wasn't for John the Mule Mouse, Willie Mays, Eddie Robinson, Jackie Robinson. Yeah, Jackie. I got a signed. Well, I got a jersey, a Jackie Robinson jersey. I'm actually going to put up on this wall. I won it at an auction. It was actually, golly, what's his name? Slipping my mind. But anyway, I won it at an auction. It's a Jackie Robinson jersey signed by President Obama. So, and I thought that it was really neat that it was a Jackie Robinson jersey, and so I'm gonna put it up behind me, and I just love the history of
I do too.
Blacks in sports and paving the way, because they really did. Like I had it easy. I can wake up, get recruited by a big time university all over the country without even having to worry about, are they going to accept me? And who did that was these guys, you know?
Well, it's hard to believe it was once that way, but
yeah,
I will say this. Do yourself a favor, go on to Twitter and look for Reggie Jackson's response, because he played there before he was this, he was a great major leaguer. Mr. October.
Yep.
His experiences, and he's very raw, uncut, and point blank.
Yeah.
If it weren't for some of his white teammates and manager or coach, that he may not have survived it there. Like he taught, I don't want to spoil it. It's well worth it, because people need to know. Bridge the gap. Don't act like this didn't happen. And then secondly, encourage the Major League Baseball to continue doing this every year, going to these different sites, man. And that's beautiful. We got a new segment, Stevie. New segment.
Okay, let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. We're gonna pick a random photo, and you, the viewer, listener, if you have any photo that you would love for us to caption for you, submit it, DM us or tweet it to us at Stories Man Cave, or Facebook message us, either, or DM us on Instagram. It's all this. So we're gonna start with this one. Stevie, it was Stevie's head coach, and caption this, Stevie.
I got you.
That's Mack Brown, baby.
It's Mack Brown.
At North Carolina.
I was late to the game, guys, because I was on the lake wrestling with a fish. It was about that big. I was fighting a fish. It was about that big, man.
I'll add to that. You should have seen the size of this buffet at lunch.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Oh man, that fish was about this big.
About this big. And then it became this big.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you can put the thought bubble over the player's head. Coach is always lying.
Coach. I hear you, Coach.
Yeah.
We've been down this road before. I believe you, Coach. Always. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
Yeah.
Today's going to be an exciting day at the Hargrove office as we bring in a local celebrity. Welcome the kicking phenom, Bert Auburn, conference champion of the Texas Longhorn football team, all-conference kicker. He's going to be our new spokesman. Bert's the best kicker in the conference. He plays for the Texas Longhorns. As you can see, Bert's awesome. Hey, Stevie.
Dude, you're really replacing me with a kicker?
No, not at all, man. Hey, guys, who wants a picture with Stevie? Anyone? Stevie almost won a Big 12 championship. Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
Hi, this is Guillermo, and Clynch's Clyps are next. That's right.
I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got.
They're back. It's been 5 years, man. That was a staple of my broadcasting career. That
I was going to say, how did you get him to do that, man?
I just went to LA early this week. I think that was from a college football national title game I saw him at.
I got you. That was awesome.
Since '97, I started Clynch's Clyps and had them through my career. Just 3 or 4 plays from a local video, regional or national, and then have intros like that. And every market I worked in, including Austin, and I haven't done it since June of 2019.
Wow.
So we're going to try to, I don't know about weekly, but we need your help. We need our viewers' help, don't we, Stevie? Submit those short clips of comical sports moments that you experience or just life moments. We'll make fun of you and whoever else, and we'll be a part of Clynch's Clyps.
Perfect.
Let's do it, man. We got to bring them back, man. It's we need it. Hey, Our good friend Todd Hunt, former Longhorn, does a great job with, and Stevie was on vacation, was his daughter at a volleyball tournament for the annual Tee It Up for Cole Pittman scholarship golf tournament. Your late friend who played with you at Texas and Shreveport Evangel. Well, I met we got to play with a young man, 11 years old, next level golfer at 11. Well, he was part of our group, and to you, Texas is his name, Texas Terry, and you and your mother and father, we enjoyed playing with you. You carried us through. We almost won because of you. At least we're in the top 5. Well, he started giving golf advice to your buddy, former Texas Longhorn receiving great Roy Williams.
Give me some tips, man.
You're going to go for the fairway in the middle of the green, and then you're going to 2-putt.
That's it. That's the name of the game, man.
And in par 3s, you're going to go middle of the green, 2-putt. Par 5, you're either going to go middle of the fairway, go for the green, middle of the green, or you're going to go middle of the fairway, middle of the green, 2 putts.
On two. Ready?
Let's go. That River Place golf course, hard.
I'm sure it's hard. He gave Roy Williams some tips, but did Roy Williams follow through on those tips?
I don't know. I love Roy Williams' dry humor. That dude, he is a comical guy.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny dude for sure. He's sneaky funny. Yeah, he's sneaky funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He reminds me of our buddy Jason Reeves. Sneaky funny.
Yeah.
Silent assassin.
Exactly.
That's what I called him.
That's good.
That was a good time. And stories inside the man cave, VIP alum, Mark Pittman, that's Cole's dad, saw he and his wife. And it's always good to see that, man. And I forgot you were out of town. And I said, man, have you seen Stevie yet? No, where is it? Where is the big man?
Yeah.
And
I'm sure he had other choice words about me.
Oh, he threw you under the bus a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Well,
yeah, I was bummed out I wasn't able to make that, but I especially it being at River Place, the other part I'm bummed out about it. I wouldn't be able to play anyway because coming out of
your shoulder. That's right.
Yeah, but this was the first year it was at River Place, and I hope that they keep it at River Place when I'm all well and I can play there again. So
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's always a good time. It feels like a reunion because everybody come back and we get to hang out with people. And if you're out there listening, sign up for it next year because you get to run into people like Roy Williams. You get to run into people like BJ and Sloan and
they do a great job with it. BJ, Sloan, the big
Todd, yeah. And then sometimes Vince will come out.
He was there.
He was there this weekend. Yeah, this past weekend. Yeah. So, guys, if y'all really want access to talk old football and things like that, sign up for one of the for a team. Bring your buddies out. You get to hang out. That's where you get the access. at these tournaments like that to just hang out with us and ask any kind of questions. Hey, what were you thinking against Colorado 4th and 1? Well, you can get those questions answered, So
good man, good people.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of drinks flowing too at that tournament.
Tell me about it. It was hotter than hell, and
Yep.
I'll tell you this, man. I'm not a napper, bro. And shout out to my partner in crime who played with me, Brandon Canada. It's 3rd year in a row we played together. He's a good human. You've met him, I think. But I had to come home. I took a nap. I was low.
I you know what? I should find it, but I should play back your voicemail you left me. Do you even remember you left me a voicemail?
I do remember. I don't remember what I said.
I should send it to you, and you should play it.
Well, give me some bullet points.
Stevie Lee, I just ran into Mark. Where are you, man?
Oh,
I told you several times that I'm not going to be there and that my shoulder's jacked up. But you still called me while you're on the golf course looking for me. I was like, Sean's must be wasted. He's got to be wasted.
I was. Well, there's beverages at every hole almost.
Every hole I heard it was at every hole. And usually when we were at Falcon Head playing years past, all these years we were at Falcon, we would have food. It was like a hole with food,
right,
a hole with liquor, a hole with just beer, a hole with food. Like this was just liquor, I heard.
Right.
I heard y'all had liquor at every hole. And I'm like, man, I'd have been out hole number 3, man.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to our buddy, no pun intended, at Bloody Buddy. His name's Buddy. He has
the Bloody Marys that come in the bottle.
Right.
Oh,
good guy.
good.
Go get the product. It's great. Hopefully we can partner with them in the near future. And he's got a new, I want to say vodka.
Okay.
It's infused, either jalapeno or habanero infused.
That sounds about right. You're going to use it.
Delicious.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey, let's move on that because we need some advice from you. Pro tips from the Stevie Lee in the Austin area. Do you have one you would like to share? And you're on the clock. 60 seconds, go.
Really? 60 seconds? Dang, man. You know I can talk longer than that. I'm just going to say, I was going to talk about the heat. We're about to get hot. It's going to be in the high 90s this week. So my pro tip in Austin is to hydrate. Y'all, please hydrate. I went out the other day and I just did not have enough water and I thought that I was just going to pass out. So, guys, get out there, enjoy Austin, but please, please, please hydrate. Get you a bottle of water and take it with you everywhere you go.
Where would you go to hydrate?
Well, last night I was at Pollard and Yard. Not last night. I hung out with Justin Blaylock is in town.
Great
so
man.
He and his girlfriend called me and my wife, and we went out and had brunch at the Grove. And then that turned into drinks and ping pong game at Pollard and Yard. And then that turned into more drinks and appetizers at the Thompson Hotel. And we started at 11 for brunch, and we did not leave each other until like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
It's a great day.
It was a great day drinking day in this beautiful town called Austin, Texas. And you got to believe, everyone that lives here, you guys are in a world-class city. Go and experience it and be out, be vibrant, be young in this really cool town, Austin, Texas.
And I'll add to that, you mentioned the Grove. We got one in our hood finally, grand opening. I took my beautiful lady friend with me, Trisha, shout out. I've got all kinds of titles for her. She loves it.
That was the first public declaration right there.
Well, we went to the new Grove in Northwest Hills.
There you go. That's awesome.
We had a great time. And they drinks made specifically for that Grove in Northwest Hills.
Oh, really? Oh, I gotta go check that out.
Let's go, man. We'll go get a reservation, go to lunch, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, no question. That's awesome.
Hey, TikTok in the man cave. This one's taken when I first downloaded this. This was over a week ago. I couldn't wait to show you. Well, she's taken off, and she has become viral. Every man in America wants to know who she is.
She has great advice. I know exactly where you're going with this.
Great advice. And
great advice.
People are making money off what she said. Let's roll, baby. Hell, we may need to have her on the man cave.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to and spit on that thing. You get me?
I'm trying to see what that be like right there. Look, be that.
Listen, man, when I first saw that, someone gave this girl the playbook and she read it, and she's the GOAT. She's the GOAT. Yeah, hawk to spit on that thing. You hear me?
Spit on that thing. Well, every man in America did this.
You know, it's she, what did you say? She's a fine American.
She's a fine American. Fine American. We still don't know who she is.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. We don't know who she is. And like, I think she went hiding because everybody has seen that clip in America.
She could make a lot of money right now.
She could.
Off of her name, image, and likeness.
Yep.
I just want to point that out.
Yep.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Stevie Lee, you mentioned it's hot. It's getting hotter. We're used to this. We're built for this. We're acclimated to this. We live in a great city. This is a great time of year. Summer, well, it's a great time of year whenever you wake up. But is there anything you have specifically to uplift, put smiles on our viewers and listeners' faces and maybe entertain them, but maybe remind them something and be some positivity for your Tell Me Something Good?
I was going to tell people something really cool and good that y'all can get into on Sunday. And we talked about it before. It's going out to a free concert put on by this big, huge university that is in your town. You know, it's a free concert with Pitbull. Go out there and hang out. That's something good and cool. You know, celebrating us closing one door and going into another.
Yeah,
University of Texas. And I think that's pretty neat that they are putting on this big free concert. They're going to have food trucks and all this stuff out there. It's just like a festival. So go out and enjoy that. Hydrate. Remember, I told you to hydrate. And go out there and have a good time, man, because being around people, for me, being around people makes me feel good. I'm a people's person.
Energy,
exactly. And I would love to bump into some of the listeners out there. And if you see me, come up to me and say hi. You know, I love meeting new people. So let's just go out there, celebrate, and have a good time. You know?
I love it. I've got two quick things. Tell you something good. Mozart's Coffee. Everybody knows about it. The owner of Mozart's is a very brilliant business guy. And, you know, during COVID, he expanded. He created a market within Mozart's of local harvested produce. He had wines from across the world. He had themes, multiple course dinners with international themes to it with a harpist. Well, now he teamed up with, we went a week ago, we went to sup paddleboarding at Mozart's.
Oh, cool.
They're on Lake Austin. Inexpensive. And then next door, there's a new restaurant. It's been a number of restaurants called Kent's.
Mm-hmm. Heard of it.
It's next door, Mozart's Coffee. And now they've got, it used to be a mediation building right next to Mozart's. It's now like an ATX gift shop / dessert, something like that. There's a big compound of businesses right there and I know it's hard to find parking. Just get your step in and park up top on the hill.
Yeah.
And lastly, regardless if it's professional, personal, if something's on your mind, and I know we've all done it, I'll tell them that tomorrow or next week. just speak your mind then. Get your emotion out. Or what are your thoughts? You may not have that opportunity to say it.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. Speak your mind, be transparent, and keep going.
There you go.
You know, it may be perceived as negative, but it'll always be it'll always eventually be a positive because it'll be appreciated.
Exactly. Speak your mind.
100%.
Yep.
Stevie Lee, this has been fun. A lot of good content on this one, and some uplifting times, and we got a lot of great things and before football season starts. And man, it was fun today. It always is.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to keep going, but yeah, no, it really was fun. And we got a little history lesson in this episode. And it was really something near and dear to my heart, being that we had a member of the Negro League in my family and someone that my kids knew and looked up to as well. But we did everything. We laughed. We got serious with history, and we laughed and got serious with tips and things like that. This is a great episode, man, and I appreciate you for writing the script to this and doing all the work and all the editing. So shout out to Sean with all the editing that he does, because I jump on here and talk to y'all.
He just shows up.
I'll get on here and talk to y'all for 40 minutes, but he's in the behind the scenes working his tail off. So, man, shout out to Sean, man.
Hey, you know what? Much love to Stevie Lee, man. It's we have a lot of fun doing this. So like, follow, and if you're a business out there, reach out to us. We've got a little bit of room for the entire podcast umbrella. We got another little bit of room for corporate business sponsorship. We try to keep it local business, though.
Absolutely.
Big national names, but
if a national name want to buy us out, then we'll entertain it. Let's negotiate.
100%. We're not ever going to say no. How about let's talk?
Let's talk.
Let's talk and see how we can help each other.
Exactly.
You never know unless you ask. That's it. Hey, Stevie Lee, to the city of Shreveport, Louisiana, much love. To the Hargrove family and to my hometown, Austin, Texas, and the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjack family and the UT Longhorn family. We have we love them all. We love them all. And to your family and to the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and the Coach Mo. What do we tell them, Stevie Lee?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.
I said get out.